honestly, like, my wife would like this racket.
That's why I gave it to her.
Yeah.
I thought like that's perfect for her.
Yeah, she hit good with it, so. I didn't realize it was that light. Okay.
You heard what Eric said. His wife should try this racket. Hey, fellow tennis nerds, I hope you are well. We're reviewing rackets today. We're reviewing the new Head Boom MP. I have the Pro, not here, but I'm going to talk about the Pro. I tried that extensively. The MP is a little bit more lively, easier to use. Like we said, like if you're playing club tennis, you're playing doubles, that's more your racket of choice. It's not going to generate the heaviest ball unless you customize it, and if you customize it, it might launch it a little bit. The new booms, they have high bore in the layup, so they're a little bit firmer. Still a pretty plush racket, I would say, relatively speaking. So the ball goes a little bit further than they did before. They are more blue, so it's clear the power color is blue these days. You mainly try the MP, so we start with the Mid Plus, the most popular one, easiest to use. What did you feel about this one?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably play a match with it, but I probably would need to add 5 to 10 grams. It's 295 grams unstrung, so I'm usually using, you know, something that's closer to 305, 307, maybe with a couple of grams of lead. But I would say, yeah, I mean, it has easy power.
Yep.
I mean, that's the Boom, right? What you expect from it. My wife actually enjoyed the racket a lot. You know, she played high school tennis. Hasn't played, you know, much since then, but she hit a couple balls this morning with it, and yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty forgiving sweet spot. It's pretty open string pattern.
Yep.
You can see it's pretty open at the top versus I think the center is actually more dense.
That is true.
It's not like a full kind of like symmetrical string bed. But I think the interesting about with like lighter rackets is, you know, I'm not saying you can't use it as a advanced level player. It's actually kind of interesting because a lot of pro players, like they'll take light, you know, rackets and then build them up.
Yeah.
So you could, you know, put some, you know, lead or silicone in the handle, some under the bumper or 3 and 9, and then you can get it to spec. So it would take some time, I think, to figure out kind of, you know, what would work well for each player. But you know, stock, for me, it's a little too light. But I mean, I hit a bunch of groundies with it. It felt great. It's a pretty thick beam, so if you need a little more pop on the serve, or you just want to hit some slaps, like this could be a good frame for that. But yeah, it was a fun play test for me.
It's a fun racket to use. Like, and also you have a pretty like good whippy hands. Kind of you play with a lot of spin. I think it suits better for you than for me, who likes to kind of like go on the ball, like on top of the ball a bit more. Then I like the Pro more. I think the Pro has a lot more, you know, control in the string bed. It's 98 square inch, 310 grams, so you probably like it more as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of a very good spec. I'm not sure about the color. That's another thing we can discuss. Obviously, it's very subjective, but it does look a little bit toyish to me. I think they can, you know, obviously be difficult for Head with because they have so many silos to just figure out. Like they obviously go for trends and trend, you know, prognostication for like several years ahead. But the Pro, a bit more control than the previous one. Doesn't trampoline as much. This one is kind of trampoline-y still, but as a, you know, a player who needs a bit of help, or like you maybe shorter swings, you will appreciate the trampolining. On the Pro, they kind of remove the sensation where you hit somewhere outside a little bit the sweet spot, that it just can do something very unpredictable. It's more predictable, more controlled, a little bit more powerful, but they do not compete with E-zones and pure drives. I would say there's still more control than the E-zones and pure drives. It's a little bit different style of racket, but a bit more power than the previous one, maybe 5-10% more than the previous booms. But it's not going to be like a home run transition. I mean, you're going to easily transition, but you don't need to go out and buy them just to get like a better racket. If you want a bit more control on your Pro, then the new Pro, I think, has a bit more control. Goes a little bit more straight than the previous one, which had some hot spots in the string bed.
But it's more power than the previous generation. It is better stability. It's still a pretty good feel, I would say. I think Head rackets, historically for me, has always been about the feel, the comfort, and that is still there in these new Boom rackets. So, new string pattern, thanks to AI partly, thanks to bringing in loads of testing data, bringing in loads of players to test, and then comparing like the human perspective versus the AI perspective, bringing in all the data into AI, trying to figure out what would be the optimal string pattern. So the string pattern is actually, through help with AI, improved here. So that's quite interesting. And I do feel maybe that AI was right. I know it's really tricky in today's day and age to be positive about AI. There's so many good things, but there's so many worrying things with AI. But I do understand that they want to bring in more data in their iteration process of bringing out new rackets. Also considering that the release schedule for tennis rackets and tennis products in general, but rackets most famously, is so intense that there's rackets coming every month. You have new rackets from different manufacturers, of course, but it's tough to keep up. I'm complaining as a reviewer here a little bit. It's also exciting, of course, but it's also tough because you have so many rackets, strings, whatnot to try all the time. But this thing with Head is a pro and a con. Their iterations are small. They believe in their molds. They have a lot of silos. They don't need to iterate so much. Makes sense then not to change like every racket all the time. Tweak the layup a little bit, bring in a new tech, maybe tweak the string pattern if that is an issue. So I think the analysis for the Boom Pro here strung with the Torline hybrid with Truffle X, which is a great soft hybrid string. I got to give them kudos for that. I've also tried it with Head Lynx. Lynx Tor a bit firm for me. As you can see, the string pattern a little bit different, a little bit more evenly spaced, feels a bit denser in places, and it gives a lot more of an even ball flight. I did not really get any of that trampoline flyer that I got with the previous Boom Pro. And the Boom Pro is going to be my choice. When it comes to the Boom MP, it is a racket that is intended for a slightly different audience than for yours truly. And for the Boom MP and the lighter ones, not the Pro, you have the lavender option, which Coco Gauff endorses, while Lorenzo Musetti will be the main endorser ambassador of the Boom Pro. I must say, as a one-handed backhand player, that this is one of the best rackets for one-handed backhands. I know you can't say that. I know it's a thing that it's very subjective. It's based on your technique, what works for you. All this is subjective. Tennis is kind of subjective, right? But in terms of all the rackets I test, I feel like this one gives you the forgiveness which you need on the one-handed backhand because it's a difficult shot. You sometimes hit a little bit off center, even on the Pro Tour, you know, with the speed they play, you know, you're going to see some medium shanks here and there. This one, thanks to its head shape with the slightly morph beam here, that opens up the sweet spot a little bit, it gives you that like pretty easy swing on the one-handed backhand and some forgiveness that you need. So on the one-handed backhand, I love this racket. I think it's excellent. I sometimes struggle with the forehand grip with Head rackets these days. I like the kind of bobble up, like it slots a little bit better in my hand. That's something I can adjust with some tape and so on. So I can, that's a very personal thing, of course. But overall, like I've been a big fan of the Head Radical MP, and this is now up to compete with that one in terms of like giving you a bit more power than the Radical, but still retaining control where you can actually swing out. And without that trampolining that has kind of progressively disappeared a bit in the Boom line. Like the first gen was quite drastic and quite strong, that trampolining effect. Second one, they worked on it a bit. It was still there, but it was like smaller. And here I feel like it's completely gone pretty much. You don't get these flyers and the string bed seems much more consistent. So that's a great thing. I said it about the previous Boom Pro. It's maybe one of my favorites, maybe my favorite head racket right now, and that's the same with this one. I was not a huge fan of the Extreme update, as I've talked about on the podcast and in the review that I did with Henrik. But I think the Boom Pro is better. With some tweaking, choosing the right string, I feel like it works great. And it might be a more logical choice for me than the Radical, because the Radical, when you're playing good players, you feel like you really need to swing at the ball all the time and really rip the ball. Otherwise, it's just going to sit up a bit too much, at least for me, and I've heard other players as well. While this one, you'll be a bit more dangerous. It's still a control racket. It's not going to have the Pure Drive 98 like tank power, but it's not going to also be a bit hard on the arm, because the Pure Drive is pretty hard on the arm, the Pure Drive 98. This one is not. This one feels comfortable on the arm. It's a little bit stiffer than the previous one, but that is quite good in terms of stability for the 98 square inch. So I really like this one, the Boom Pro. That's a thumb up for me, or even 2 or 1.5. While the Boom MP was a little bit more of a lukewarm response. It's good, but how much better is it than the previous one? I would easily choose this one for my game. MP is not so much for me, so it's more if you're looking for that extra forgiveness.
So yeah, check out the new booms. They're good, better comfort than most power rackets. A little bit more feel than most power rackets, but not as powerful as most power rackets. So it's a little bit like on that lower scale. But yeah, good spin on this one. You
good spin. I mean, the string pattern is very open.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fun racket. I think if you're like maybe like what, 4.0, 4.5?
Yeah,
like
or
soft.
lower, like
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, maybe like three. Even I think my wife's like maybe like a 3.035.
yeah,
So,
3.035. I think kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Just easy, go under the ball. Make sure you. I mean, you can rip with a lot of spin,
Yep.
as your wife was doing. So I think yeah, you can actually definitely play this. I tried to play with it in matches. The previous Raw one. Obviously, I play a little bit flatter, so it was kind of tough. It doesn't have the heaviest ball, so I think you need to beef up a bit, to kind of have a bit more plow through on the ball. But they're good rackets for sure. I mean, it's just another one that is good. It's not like a home run for me, to be honest, with all the good rackets coming. But it's if you like head rackets, it's a good one. So the Boom Pro, I think, if you're an advanced player, you should try it for sure.
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
I would like to try the Pro one. I mean, it's way closer to my spec.
Yeah, I think you would like that. You would like that for
Yeah.
sure. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some
Tennis.